member for Calgary-Edgemont.
Last Friday, I had a very important meeting with a very important constituent. Amelia had to complete a challenge at school, and she decided that that challenge was going to be to meet her MLA and have a meeting. I love that I got to assist her in this challenge and getting to have a conversation with the next generation. We sat down and she opened up her laptop with her prepared questions, and I could feel her dad being so proud in that room and her little brother George's curiosity. She started easy and asked what it was like to do this job. What was the hardest part? What was it like to be a woman in politics? But then I realized that this well-prepared 12-year-old was just warming up. She then asked me what the stance was for myself and the Alberta NDP on Bill 27, as well as 26 and 29. She asked where we stood on outing kids. I was asked where we stood on opting in on sex ed. She knows that the Alberta NDP and her MLA is standing with her, the teachers, the medical professionals, to say no. We don't want these harmful bills, and changing the process of making sex an opt-in means students are going to miss important learning. I then asked her what her thoughts were as I represent her. She beamed, but then she said, I want you to tell the government to stop pushing through this harmful legislation that's going to hurt friends. I love as well that Amelia watches the news every day. She was so well informed. I shared to her that my 12-year-old as well watches the news every day and that she wasn't the only little girl, 12 years, watching the news. And that's the thing right now. The kids in Alberta are watching us. They are watching what is happening to their province. They are aware of the harmful bills that puts their friends in risk. And I have to say, though, that last week, that meeting with Amelia, her advocacy and her vision for our province, that was the bright light during this really dark time. It gave me hope because there's a generation of youth who will be future leaders here one day that care about Albertans. But I also stand here today scared of what harm this bill is going to do to that generation of students right now. I'm scared of what the next generation will inherit. I'm scared that Amelia is going to have to stand in this House 20 years from now, having to fight for all these rights that have been rolled back. But now I also have a little bit of hope and optimism that in 20 years, Amelia is going to be part of an Alberta NDP government, ensuring that we have the world's best curriculum for our students, where Albertans are going to make a living wage and they're housed and they have family doctors. The Education Amendment Act is going further. It's going to, you guys are going to be restricting, the UCP government is going to be restricting the 2S LGBTQIA+ students. You're taking access of information about sexual health and gender and sexuality. Medical professionals don't want this. Teachers don't want it. My constituents don't want this. Your constituents don't want this. As we've said, we get all the letters. I have been tabling those letters, and I encourage you to go read them. They're heartfelt messages. They're not letters of everybody saying the exact same thing. They're their stories, and they are important stories for every single person here to read and understand. The Alberta Teachers Association are concerned that these changes are going to impact the teachers' ability just to provide a safe and caring and inclusive space for all students. During the Consti break, I had an opportunity to attend the ATA's evening with Margaret Atwood. It was an honour to hear her speak and her expertise. It's ingrained in my brain, her words of, if we're not going to be doing, we're going to be doing opt-out of sex ed or opting in, who's going to teach our students that don't actually learn, don't get the curriculum? It's going to be the internet. Kids don't know it's wrong if they haven't been taught that it is wrong. Are we going to go back to the 1900s when women don't know that they're pregnant as they didn't know how it happened? To sit in the Southern Jubilee Auditorium filled with the energy of these teachers and the support workers and families, it felt so amazing. I loved the conversations I had afterwards with those who approached me to share their concerns and to thank me and my Alberta NDP colleagues for being a voice for them and for these students. I appreciate this care, that work that teachers do every day to support our students, and I wish the government would do the same. So Amelia, the Alberta NDP is here and we are listening. We are standing up and fighting. So on behalf of all of my constituents, I will not be supporting this harmful bill.
Hear, hear.